Ladies and gentlemen, today is a special day because we are introducing the world's lightest folding buck saw to the planet. The UKI folding buck saw by Suluk 46. When you receive your UKI folding buck saw, it will look like this in the folded orientation. And inside the main beam is where you keep your blade. So right now I'm going to show you how to assemble it. On the one end, you're going to have the eyelet with the wing nut and the washer. There's a little space. You can slide that off. Once that is off, set it aside. Don't lose it. On the back end is a spring pin. And you can pull out the blade like so. Put that aside. Don't lose it. Next, take the frame, fold it, make sure it is locked in place like so. And then take the spring pin with the two washers and place it in the slot such that the blade actually gets inserted between the two plastic anti-rotate devices. With that done, show that to you. You now take the eye bolt, place it in the hole, and that gets located on the other side, making sure the blade goes in. Oh, it's stuck over here on this piece of wood. Making sure that the blade goes in, and now you tighten. Now while you're tightening, it's important to keep in mind a couple of things. One is you want to make sure again that the blade is staying in between the anti-rotate device on each side, and then looking from the plan view of it, you want to make sure the eye bolt is tightening up into this slot. Like so. And then once it's aligned in the slot on both axes, you know that the blade is locked in and can't go anywhere. You're going to ask me, how tight do you make it? I'm going to say, make it snug. You'll get a feeling when you actually assemble this. You'll get a good feel for when it's kind of strong enough to cut, and it doesn't need a lot of tension, just a little bit to keep it in and make sure that it stays within the slots. Then, once it's assembled, you're ready to start cutting. In terms of specifics to this saw, the entire system is made out of 6061 T6 aluminum, except of course for the blade and a few components. I then hard anodized the frame, honestly, for toughness, to make sure like little dings and whatnot, and just give it some surface hardness so it just lasts a little bit longer, plus it looks a little bit more professional. The blade is a 12-inch standard hardware blade. You can get these from me if you need a new one. That's not a problem, I'll sell you one, but you can also get them locally from most hardware stores, so don't feel that you need to get one shipped from Canada if you're from outside of the country and whatnot. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on is who do we feel that this saw is good for? Well, if you're an ultralight enthusiast or somebody who's looking to cut weight from your pack, this is the saw for you. If you are looking to take down trees on your property or cut a cord of firewood, this is not the saw for you. This is meant to be small, compact, and foldable so that you put it in your pack and you forget that it's even there. If you're looking for like a gigantic saw, and I have them as well. When I do my canoe trips with my wife and we have a great time, I bring those big saws as well. There's a whole bunch out there, your local outfitters. Okay, in terms of cutting capacity, this works very similar to the fixed blade UKI saw that I sell. It has the same blade, and the blade is very coarse so that it cuts through wood fast. That does mean that if you're planning on cutting something very thin like this, it's not going to work. You want something at least an inch or two thick, and anything smaller than that will actually get caught in between these. So if you can break it with your foot, don't bother cutting it with the saw. There is about 1 year of research and development into this saw. I tested it myself on every single one of my trips last year, as well as I made about 10 of them and shipped them out to a whole bunch of people for testing, and I took all that feedback and I put it right back into this, and this is the final design. That being said, if you do purchase one, I am looking for even more feedback. I want to make the best, lightest saw the planet has ever seen, and I can only do that with your help. And this product was developed, honestly, in the forums of YouTube on these videos. You guys gave me a lot of input, a lot of good ideas, and this is the end result. If we keep continuing that feedback loop, we'll have something very, very good in a very short time. And I'm going to continue developing products in the same manner I developed this because it was so successful. Now, let us give it a test cut to show you guys how it works. That's what it looks like. So, you know, that's probably as small as you want to go. Anything less than that, you can probably break with your foot. Okay, once you're done using the saw, it is time to disassemble, and it is done in the reverse order of assembly. So first thing, on the end, unscrew the wing nut. The wing nut does not come off the end of the eye bolt. We just loosen it until there is enough room and you slide it off. The blade will come out. We remove the eye bolt from the blade, fold up the saw, and then remember, when you're inserting the blade into the saw, the spring pin goes in last and the blade teeth go down, like so. And then you'll have it lock in the small groove there, and on the back end you'll see there'll be another groove. Inside that groove is where you put this. And that's how you have it. Now, one other thing you'll see, there is a slight overlap between the two handles. That's done on purpose so that you can place a small elastic around there and that will stay snug and tight. Guys, I hope you like this new saw. I'm pretty excited for it. I did a lot of testing. I put a lot of work into it. I think it's a really nice quality product. But let me know in the comments below what you think of it. And if you buy one, certainly make sure to send me an email. Let me know how it's working out. Take care, guys. All the best.